Here's how to beat the outdoors in under 1.
My most down bad friend Catalan jumped onto the lunch table and shouted, "Say nothing if you want me." The whole cafeteria went dead silent. He looked down at me, hands on his hips, grinning. Hear that? That's the sound of a room that wants me. He hopped off the table and strolled toward his crush like he owned the floor. The second she figured out what was going on, she shot out of her chair and started screaming at the top of her lungs. Catalan closed his eyes and nodded. That's fine. There's plenty of fish in the sea. He looked around for his next victim, and that's when the entire cafeteria erupted into noise. He started spinning around the room, looking for anyone who was still quiet, and that's when his eyes locked on the back corner. The lunch lady stood at the register in her hairnet, scrolling her phone, not making any noise because she didn't know what was going on. Catalan's grin stretched wide as he pointed at her over everyone's heads. She didn't scream. You know what that means. No, there was no way. He started walking, and the whole room turned to watch. The lunch lady looked up, saw a teenager spreading his arms at her, and screamed louder than the whole cafeteria combined. She stumbled back into the soda machine and jabbed her finger at him. "Gerald! Gerald! We got one!" Catalan put his hand on her shoulder and started stroking. "There's no need to worry, baby girl, Papa's home." Suddenly, Gerald, the security guard, spun Catalan around and walked him to the doors. Gerald marched him towards the cafeteria door, and Catalan contorted his body backwards to point at her, yelling, "I'll wait for you, my love. I know you want me." And my most down bad friend Catalan. My daughter took out her extreme. A 6'7" basketball player at our school pointed at the 2-foot guy on our bench and laughed. "Bro, I know I just transferred to this school, but why's he even on the team?" Bristol slid off the bench, barely cleared the giant's knee, and said, "I challenge your to a one-on-one. First to 5. Loser buys the other lunch the rest of the year." The giant grinned and responded, "Easy." We all felt bad because no one ever played Bristol before, and none of us knew what to expect. They ran out to the court, and the giant scored the first bucket shooting straight over Bristol's head, like he wasn't even there. Soon the score was 4-0, and he held the ball high above Bristol's head and grinned. "Come reach for it, little man." He made Bristol struggle to get the ball for 2 whole minutes before he finally rolled it to him. "Here, consider this charity, little one." Bristol bounced the ball once, twice, and his whole face went cold. He slipped between the giant's legs, and in seconds he had the ball going through the hoop. He spun past him for the next one, and the next. Then he crossed him so hard, the giant slipped and sat down on the floor, and Bristol walked in the layup. We all had our eyes glued to the court, none of us on our phones, and the score was 4-4. The giant stomped his large foot on the ground. "You got lucky." The whole gym leaned forward in their seats, and one kid was even eating popcorn. Bristol
What's your favorite snack? You in that outfit. Mine is French fries. What's your favorite snack? You in that outfit. Mine is French fries.
Tricked me into loving you.
Do you think I wanted to love you, knowing where you came from and what your mission was? Don't you suppose that every hour we were together I was thinking she's just pretty?
Let me drive, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right.
Find your country. Ready? Go. Find your country. Ready? Go. A country explodes randomly every second. Top 3 countries with the most comments get a one-time shield. Can you survive the nuke town? What rank did you get?
All right, the humans have left the room, so I'm just gonna squeeze in the bowl here, and when they drop in the new goldfish, old Ginger Snap will be waiting. What if they bring back a snapping turtle? All right, the humans have left the room, so I'm just gonna squeeze in the bowl here, and when they drop in the new goldfish, old Ginger Snap will be waiting. What if they bring back a snapping turtle? All right, the humans have left the room, so I'm just gonna squeeze in the bowl here, and when they drop in the new goldfish, old Ginger Snap will be waiting.